coming down today. These are our new function rooms. I hope that you like them. I know our general manager will be very pleased to accept your reservations. No, again, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to come down. I'd like to introduce you all to Angela Garnis, who's kindly stepped in on behalf of Paul Francis. As you know, Paul has presented in our last two occasions where we've met with the team from Humptu. So thank you, Angela, for coming along this afternoon and giving us a bit of your time. We really appreciate it. I look forward to hearing what you've got to say. It's actually ironic, I heard this morning that this week's actually volunteer week, so the timing of that presentation couldn't be it goes without saying that we can't do this without our sponsors and our suppliers that we work in day in and day out. And I'm really proud that we've managed to keep those same sponsors over the last 3 years. And this obviously being our third consecutive year. Jodie, Jodie Rosbell's from AAT and APT Touring, and also Jessica Ray from Greyline kindly assisted us, and unfortunately our representative from British Climb couldn't be here tonight. She's like got more important things to do. So as you know, members of the club all work with our key suppliers for the first 2 months of the year to raise as much as we can to purchase equipment for hospitals across Australia. And as I've already said, this is our third consecutive year, and I'm so proud that you all have joined us again in this year. Over that short period of 3 years, we've managed to raise just over $20,000, which is quite extraordinary, I think, from those early days when the idea was conceived. Earlier this year, we saw members from some of the pictures here, members from Sydney and Perth head out to their chosen hospitals where we purchased equipment. And obviously Alan, Peter Tarpa, and Maggie are here today as well. It goes without saying to thank Andre, who's not here, obviously he's in Perth, and I know that you want to talk about that later on. But what I was most proud about was seeing the actual equipment that we purchased. It's so tangible, and that's what I love about this program. It reaches across Australia, and we were able to see what the machine that we purchased, as I said, not a Coca-Cola or a Toyota or whatever it may be, but just that little piece of equipment, we saw what it did for that beautiful little girl and the difference that it made. And I was so proud, as I know Alan and Magdi and Peter Tarka were, to see the little logo on the side that's from the Clay Hall, Sydney, which is, for me, an excellent result in itself. And I know the members feel the same as well. Now we've got that logo over in Perth as well, which is great. Again, the beauty of this program is that we get to select the equipment, and the results are so tangible. So again, Angela, I feel very privileged to be able to present you with our total amount this year, which was $9,293. Not only from Sydney, but also from Perth. Andre again by himself with his team, and some contributions coming in from Victoria as well. I'm really looking forward, obviously it's more than we raised last year, to looking at the wish list and giving it to the members here tonight to say, guys, what do you want to buy? They'll select it, and then we'll go out and purchase it, and again, hopefully we can be standing here this time next year with an even better result. So once again, to our suppliers, to Jodie, to Jessica, and Clancy, and Bridge Climb, thank you very, very much. But it's the guys here that have done all the hard work, so I just want to say thank you very much.
Thanks, Peter. Well, I'm not Paul. So for those of you who met Paul last time, he's our Executive Chairman and founder of the Humpty Dumpty Foundation. And Paul's been involved from day one and is obviously very passionate about what Humpty does. I'm the General Manager of Humpty, and I've been with Humpty for 7 years now. So I have to tell you a little story. I once used to be a concierge, and I felt so privileged when I told Peter that Paul unfortunately couldn't come tonight because he had another presentation, but I would happily step in because I felt quite privileged to be with such an esteemed group of people tonight. So Capital Park Royal, early 90s, it was me and 10 quarters. So I felt that was, a bit of a buzz. But that was a past life, and now I do obviously work for the Humpty Dumpty Foundation full time. we're only a little team. I think one of the greatest strengths of Humpty is the fact that exactly what Peter has said tonight is that you can actually see where your money is going. And I think that is just one of the most important parts of what we do. We talk to our donors, we can show them the wish list. The wish list is made up of equipment that hospitals need. And as much as we like to think that the governments can fund all of the requirements of the hospital system, they absolutely can't. No matter what side of the fence one sits on, there's just not enough money to go around. And with obviously the ageing population, the pressures on the health budget are just enormous. So Humpty really is filling that void, or trying very hard to fill that void within the health system, and particularly and really only in terms of children's medical equipment. So our core charter is life-saving medical equipment to be used on children or babies. So you might see our equipment in an emergency department at Royal North Shore, you may see it at the maternity ward at Prince of Wales, you know, in a neonatal intensive care facility for newborn babies, you will see Humpty Dumpty equipment. Humpty's now supporting 210 hospitals across Australia, so you know, probably maybe 30 hospitals more than when Paul was last here. And what's happening is we're finding that there is just really that need, and as we grow and get a little bit bigger and the name gets out there, people in the hospital system are really starting to see that Humpty Dumpty can help. And we, as I said to Peter when we walked in, yes, sure, we have some amazing corporate partners that get in there and buy medical equipment, but it's groups like yourselves who I don't think you realise how powerful your network is and how strong and the strength it can give to our foundation. So whilst your incredible amount of money that you've raised so far and the key pieces of equipment you've purchased, and Peter kept saying, no, it's not very much. No, it is absolutely fantastic. And obviously the power that your esteemed group brings to Humpty is the power of voice, which is telling everybody about the foundation, what we do, how we go about it, and how we help. And I think that is one of the critical things, and you know, we thank you for that, because we're very proud of the work that we do, but we can't do it alone. We can only do it with your help and get the outcomes that we need for the kids and obviously above. So very important, and I can't thank you enough, and obviously thank you to your partners and suppliers as well. It is incredible, and again, they can't do it alone, they need your help. So it's a partnership, and we're all in it together. With Humpty, I should just tell you that last week we went to Emerald in central Queensland, and we took up one of our corporate partners who does big construction equipment. And we had a wonderful presentation at the Emerald Hospital with a panda warmer, which is a piece of equipment that helps resuscitate babies or young children up to 13 kilos in distress. It provides, you know, resuscitation and heating on the platform and all sorts of different things. And you know, again, like you had the experience of coming into the hospital and seeing the equipment and potentially in use on children is, I think, one of the most incredible experiences and uplifting experiences you can have. So I encourage, you know, everybody to, for the next piece of equipment that you choose to purchase, if it's here in Sydney, again, you know, we'll organise a tour so that as many of you that's practical can come along and really see, you know, what the equipment is doing, because I think that is one of the key things, is to be able to see it in action and knowing that, you know, your plaque's on it. It's such a great feeling. So that was Emerald last week, and obviously we had took Ray Martin, who's our patron, up, and we did a day in Emerald, and then obviously I flew back, and Paul and Ray went on a road trip for 5 days up through far north Queensland, and from Emerald along the coast and right up to Cairns, visiting all of the hospitals where our donors had put equipment into, and getting some footage and everything for our Balmoral Burn Sponsors Dinner, which is coming up at the end of the month. Before I hand over to and show you the video, we've got the Balmoral Burn, which is probably our flagship fundraising event for the year coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And I'm not sure if any of you have run up that Wagga Street Hill, but it is a wonderful challenge. And again, I know you guys all work, you know, odd hours, and obviously the hotels are a very important part of things. But if you do get the opportunity to come down to Balmoral, or you can get any of your teams to come down to Balmoral and participate on the day, there's a run called Humpty's Run. We say it's for clubs, hospitals and associations, but I think the Clay Door and obviously all of your you as members and all your teams from the various hotels could make a real impact in that. So if you do feel on Sunday the 2nd of June that you'd like to be more involved with Humpty and really see what we are doing in the community, it's a great morning. It's a great family day. You can bring the families down. There's lots of rides for the kids and all sorts of things, and lots of runs. So I've got some brochures over in the corner for you to take away tonight to have a look at, and also our Good Egg book, which I really do encourage you to take a copy. It's literally hot off the press. It's being distributed tomorrow through 155,000 households along the eastern suburbs, Lower North Shore and Upper North Shore. So again, what we're trying to do with the Good Egg book is really just, I suppose, give people a sense of clarity in terms of where their money's going and what Humpty is doing to help you know, facilitate equipment into the community. And there's some beautiful stories in there, and I encourage you to read them, especially if you feel like a little cry, girls. So yeah, so back to the burn. I just want to show you the DVD. It's just a quick one, but I think we might rev you up for Sunday the 2nd of June. And thank you so much for your wonderful contribution.
Thank you.